Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your boy DP, man, and it's another quick one, man, the Urban Post. It's our new little segment, man, where we kicking it on these hot topics going on in society and in the hood. We gonna touch on everything we can, man. And this morning I want to touch on the video I just watched. Where was uh CS2 back Rat 100, Wack 100, whatever you want to call him. It was him and Freeway Rick, right? Freeway Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, allegedly. And they was going over whether Freeway Rick was a snitch or not. Wack, Wack, one of the first people I done heard come out in the media and call this dude out and say he was a rat and he was a snitch and all of that. They had a pretty heated argument, and I read through the comments on the video and everything, and man, a lot of people don't believe Wack when he was saying this about Rick. They take too much into looking up to these dudes, man, and you think these dudes too good to be the ones to be the rats and the tellers, but when it come down to Freeway Rick, it's well known that the dude was a goddamn snitch, man. I mean, they throw it out there and try to cover it up by saying, oh, he told on the police. That ain't the only people he told on, man. He cooperated. One thing you gotta understand is a lot of these dudes, man, and a lot of this, they ain't gonna be able to find paperwork on this stuff, man. These records sealed, and the government, they look to protect their witnesses and their informants, man. They're not just giving up that information so everybody could know who working with them and who ain't, man. So they got into going through it, and he was like, oh, I told on the police, and that's called this, and that's called ratting. That's called, you was working with them police officers because you was paying them or whatever. When you got knocked off, you told on them. And that's just what we know. I ain't dug into the case or went looking for no paperwork, but man, he cooperated, y'all. Let's just do it. Look at it like this. The first case, he got knocked off, right? That's when he cooperated the first time. He got out in like 5 years now. This dude was the Iran-Contra, right? Moving supposedly tons of cocaine. And he was on the streets in less than 5 years, right? Then he go back dealing with the same dude, right? Supposedly the first time he got knocked off, they knew about this Iran-Contra thing. Now, I might be wrong about that, but I thought Maxine Waters and all of them jumped on his bandwagon and they went after the police and they exposed that the government was doing all these things and all of that. Then he get knocked off again. And I could be wrong, but the paperwork, it was like a 13-kilo deal. He was trying to buy 100 bricks, whatever. But from what I know about how they was doing people, right? See, like all my old homeboys, the Miami Kingpins documentary that we got coming out, man. Convertible Burt, Boss Man Sawyer, Bo Diddley, Isaac Hicks, my homeboy on the podcast with me, Jed Lee. All them dudes got life sentences. Man, you mean to tell me Rick Ross was bigger than them, got knocked off twice, and ain't do a combined 20 years off both bids? Man, come on, man. If it take any more than that for y'all to consider that the dude a rat, and the way I always looked at it was, if it looked like it, if it smelled like it, if it felt like it, it was it. So man, that's just what I think. That's my opinion. I thought I would never agree with Wack because I think Wack the police. You know what I'm saying? So this is just police calling out the police, in my opinion. But I agree with Wack. There's something definitely in that milk that ain't white with Freeway Ricky Ross. Just dig into it. I don't need no paperwork, man. I ain't one of them paperwork chasers. Well, I don't believe a nigga told unless I see some paperwork. Nah, if it's enough circumstantial evidence, you know what I'm saying? Then that's all. That's good enough for me because I'd rather be safe than sorry. Was the way that I saw it when I was in the street. So, you know, that's just how it is with that. It's DP Kingpin Chronicles, our new segment called the Urban Post. We're gonna be touching on all these type of topics, and we're gonna be calling some of this stuff out for what it is. You know, we ain't really into that who told and who didn't, and we the realest niggas in the world type of shit. No, we ain't on that. But what we is on is, you know, just sharing and getting the content out, man. You know, for the people that you know, comment on. Y'all leave y'all comments and tell me what y'all think about Ricky Ross. Am I a hater? You know, because I look at people that way, you know, it's just too good to be true. I weigh it on the scale. You know, Triple Beam ain't never lied, right? You know, so I put it on there and it don't weigh up right, man. It just ain't right, man. And something in Rick Ross' case just ain't right. We ain't talking about the rapper. We talking about Freeway Ricky. And I don't think his name even Ross. But I could be wrong about that though. But yeah. I first heard about that dude probably around 98 or 99. You know, we had you know, we was probably we had crips out here in Florida in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? My family came back out, man, and we had our thing going on. So we heard about Freeway Ricky Ross. We watched all of the documentaries way back then. I'm talking about 20, 30 years ago. We knew about this dude. But like 99, 98, like I said, so that's almost 30 years. Shit. Damn. But yeah, y'all leave y'all comments, man. Let me know what you think, man. It is Rick Ross's snitch, man. I'm confident in it because I even, you know, I ain't been putting nobody's name out there, but a lot of my partners that did them bids, man, in Trump Freedom, you know, they did 29, 28, 25, 30 years, man. I done heard stories about the dude being ran off compounds and stuff. So, hey, one of my partners wanted to come on and do a video specifically talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Because they upset that the snitches get the glory, the limelight. You know, Big Meech, T.I. These dudes cooperated with the government. That's my opinion. I don't need no paperwork. Y'all look and wait for paperwork. Y'all understand that the government start allowing these dudes to hide that paperwork, man, and sealing these indictments and stuff. So you'll never know who's working with them. If everybody could find out who they're working with, they won't be able to arrest nobody. So even in the pens, man, they'll tell you it's a lot of the camps where you can't even have paperwork on the compound no more. You know? So they trying to kill that out with all that paperwork. So if you sitting around waiting to see some paperwork on somebody to determine whether they're working or not, your ass gonna get cuffed and stuffed. The best way to avoid it all, man, is to take DP advice, man, and get out the streets while you can, man. That shit is over. That's over, man. You ain't nothing but losers in the game and rats. You know, that's what it is, man. Quick video for the Urban Post, man. Let y'all know, man. Y'all let me know, man. Is Freeway Rick a rat, man? Did he cooperate or did he not? And do you need paperwork to consider somebody a snitch? I don't think so. I never have. I never even needed no paperwork to consider nobody a snitch. If you did anything that looked like you was a snitch, I just made you a snitch, and I'd rather be safe than sorry. Y'all like, share the video, and make sure y'all subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss none of this, man. We're gonna start jumping in the mix, man, and giving our reactions to a lot of this stuff. But yeah, man, the snitch game is way more extensive and complicated to understand than y'all understand, man. So let's get out of the game, man, and stay out of the way, man. This your boy DP, Kingpin Chronicles in the Urban Post. I'm out.